On and welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures. Wow. Okay. So I'm a huge Daredevil fan. Most of you know that. And what a day for Daredevil news. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Crazy news today. If you're a Daredevil fan, I don't know where I saw it during the day. I think it was on Twitter. Somebody I thought faked AI, whatever, leaked a VHS 2-pack of a Daredevil and Hydro Man for that Spider-Man animated series VHS series. I thought it was fake. I didn't think it was real. I kind of didn't pay attention to it, to be perfectly honest. People do great artistic renderings all the time, but it turns out it's friggin' real. And on top of that, I then get on YouTube after work and I find that there's a new freaking Daredevil suit that they showed that is leaked out there for the new Daredevil Born Again series. So holy crap, so much fun stuff in the Daredevil fandom today. I had to hop on. So I typically react to things all the time, right? All my live streams, whether it's live at 7:05, whether I'm over on the Infinity Equation on a Friday, whether I'm hanging out over the Yo Joe Jerk on a Thursday, but I never do like immediate reactions. And I just kind of threw this together last second. Like I grabbed an appropriate t-shirt and was like, boom, let's just run with this thing and talk about it. I am pumped. This is one of my first shorter videos as a reaction. So I'm not going to go real long here. I will have some people pop in and say hello in the chat. I'll say hello to you as well. But we're keeping this under like probably 10 to 12 minutes, hopefully. So let's jump right into it. By the way, if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. See all the stuff down below here on the scroller. I won't bug you and waste your time. However, let's get right into it here. And I'll tell you what, people who are going to watch this video mostly are here because they want to talk about the freaking action figure reveal today. Holy crap. Daredevil versus Hydro Man Marvel Legends 2-pack. I'm sure it'll be divisive in the community. Heck, everything is anymore, right? I'm pumped for this. Big Daredevil fan, as I said earlier. Loved watching Spider-Man animated series as a kid and as an adult also. So this is so freaking cool to see this come out to continue that series of figures for that Spider-Man animated series line, that wave. So very pumped to take a look at this here. I am using Toy Arc's website to show some photos off. So shout out and thank you to them. Check out their website. So here right away, we do get the two figures right out of the box. We get Daredevil, we get Hydro Man. It kind of bothers me, I guess, because I don't know, whatever, that the names should be switched. You know, shouldn't Daredevil's name be underneath his figure? Whatever, it's just a photo, right? But looking at it right away, we're obviously getting a reissue of this Daredevil right here, which is that Renew Your Vows Buck from Spider-Man. Love that Daredevil figure. It was in that 3-pack from the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Man Without Fear that came with our Bullseye and our Elektra figure. I love that buck. Almost every figure on that buck. It's an amazing buck. Love the Deadpool. Again, great just overall buck to use with these different types of characters. So getting another Daredevil is great for me on that buck. And then also getting the Hydro Man. I have no Hydro Mans in my collection. So for me, I'm not going to sit back and say, I wish we got a different Hydro Man. I don't have one. This looks pretty cool. We'll take a closer look at some other photos here and kind of get a closer look at what these guys are going to be about. Obviously, let me know in the comments down below. Is this something you are planning on picking up? So looking at Daredevil first here right away, out of the gate. And of course, right away, you're going to notice he does have the cell shading, right? This is an animated version from Spider-Man, the animated series. Sure, it's going to fudge in really nice with your comic book shelf because it's the exact same buck, essentially, we got, again, with that Daredevil in the 3-pack. However, it looks like we're getting different hands right away. I don't recall having the open hands for Daredevil. Looking at mine, I had the gripping hands and the punching hands. I think that was it. So getting new hands right out of the gate here. And the big thing to point out here is obviously going to be that cell shading. Again, any of the VHS packs typically will have that. Obviously, the X-Men VHS has had it very heavily early on. Personally, I think it looks great. I'm not a big fan of cell shading to begin with. However, taking a look at this one, I think I like this. I really do. If you go back and rewatch the episodes that Daredevil was in of the animated series, that black shading was very prevalent on him. So I like this. I like the way it looks. I love a Daredevil that is red and black combined. The one right here in front of me that came in that 3-pack, obviously it's a standard red color. Much better look at the logo on this Daredevil as well, whereas the logo on that 3-pack Daredevil was a lot harder to see, kind of washed out or whatever. Couldn't see it really well. Should have maybe painted it darker or something. So overall, I am a fan. I like the look of this Daredevil. Again, price is obviously always the question, right? We don't know the price yet. By the way, these do go up for sale at 1 p.m. I believe it's Eastern Standard Time on Thursday of this week. I think that is February 8th. So again, this Thursday at 1 p.m., a Hasbro Pulse exclusive from what I understand. But I think Daredevil looks great. I don't want to get bogged down too long. Look at this one photo here. Let's kind of work our way through a little bit and see what else we can take a look at. I thought this was a pretty cool touch right here. We do see that Hydro Man does come with these chunks of ice, which he can obviously put his foot in or his leg into. I think it's cool that you can use that on both figures. You can use it with Hydro Man, or you could also use it over with Daredevil or another character where you can see him kind of using that, did I say ice? I meant to say water, sorry, that water effect to kind of hold you in place. So a cool water effect right there to go with Hydro Man. I'll probably say something about ice again. I apologize. Right away, I think of ice when I see this guy for sure. But he looks cool. I love that he does get that translucent look to him. Very Crystar-like with what we just got recently in our Marvel Legends series wave that just came out for our The Void figure, Build-A-Figure. So I do like that look. Always like a figure that you can put a light back behind, kind of shine through. So that looks pretty cool to me. I low-key have a Spider-Man shelf. It's mostly all Spider-Man at this point. But I definitely think it looks cool here with that water effect going on. Here is a better look at the actual Hydro Man himself in a pose. Again, I think Daredevil here is probably going to be the actual main draw for this. You know, a lot of people did not want to get that 3-pack when it came out. Was it 2 years ago now? So I think that now the time has passed. I always thought we'd get a re-release of that on a retro card. And here we are, getting it in a 2-pack. I believe the Marvel Legends team was on record as saying that not all of the 2024 2-packs would make sense necessarily. They basically said that it might be pairings of characters you wouldn't necessarily expect. Here's hoping we still get a Nick Fury. I'm hoping for that. A Chameleon, hoping for that. Let me know in the comments, what are you hoping for in this Spider-Man animated series VHS series? After seeing this, I think anything is friggin' on the table at this point. So again, these came out looking pretty cool. The one thing, and I did a little bit of research, not too much, as I kind of did my previewing here and get ready for the video, and that was taking a look at the Billy clubs and the wire that connects them. So here's the thing with that, taking a look at this, let me zoom in a little bit here on that, amplify, right? Enhance. Take a closer look at that. That looks like bendy wire to me. Here's the issue. Here are the ones that came with the 3-pack release. Let me get that off screen for a second here. So these are the ones that came with the 3-pack. We got 2 in the 3-pack. They're pliable, but they're not bendy. They go right back in place. They are different shapes. With the original, we did get 1, I guess it was, whereas these are going to, obviously, I should say the original. The Daredevil we got prior, going back a ways, typically we come with 1 of these things. Here we got 2, and they're in a gray. I don't know how that picks up on camera, but if you notice, there is a texturing to this on this gray. So there is the possibility that this is not bendy wire in this new set of figures. If it were, I'm definitely getting it. If that's bendy wire and it's a legit bendy wire, I will definitely be picking that up for my collection for sure. Would love to have a bendy wire, a set of Billy clubs with my Daredevil. So there's the possibility of it. I can't quite tell. I think I watched Dan Who's video. Always fun watching his reactions to things. He mentioned he thinks it's bendy wire as well. Right away when I saw the texturing and the color, I thought it was. But there's that possibility. It's just the color that they picked that makes it look more legitimate. Or more realistic as opposed to just a basic white or a light gray. So again, it'll look better, but if it's not bendy wire, I'm not too pumped about it, right? But if it is, that's just one more added benefit to this figure. But again, the buck is great. Accessories could be great. I don't mind the cell shading on this one. So overall, I think I will probably pick it up depending on the price. We'll wait and see. Obviously, Thursday we'll find out. Maybe beforehand, if we're lucky, we'll find out what it's going to cost. But as obviously, I'm a big Daredevil guy right here. I have multiple, really a lot of Daredevils the last few years. We obviously had the recent Fist release, I believe it was, from the Daredevil comic book. We had the female Daredevil version with Elektra. We've had the Shadowland version of Daredevil over the years. So lots of Daredevils the past few years that are out there. So overall, again, thoughts on this 2-pack. Let me know in the comments. Are you passing or are you picking it up? It is a Pulse exclusive, and that's where I get worried, because if you pass on a Pulse exclusive, it's usually unlikely you're going to get it down the road. So I don't want to take a chance on not getting my hands on it and then finding out how it's a freaking awesome figure, awesome set of figures, and then I'm bummed by myself and I got to buy it at a show or a convention. By the way, ZoloCon coming up very soon here in February in Warminster, PA. Check out that. It's a great show in Warminster, Pennsylvania. Check out ZoloCon's website. But yeah, so overall, let me know in the comments, are you picking this up or are you not? Again, I'm still not quite sure, what I intend to do. I believe Lucas had said he thinks it might be $55. I don't know. We'll have to see. Again, 25 and 25, maybe 27 and 27 puts you closer to that 50. 55, I think, is probably a good guess. If it's 60, people are probably going to riot, to be perfectly honest. Paying 30 and 30 for these. So I don't know. Let's wait and see. Let me know in the comments as well what you think the price might be. But yeah, to me, this is going to be something I'm probably going to pick up. All right. So I wanted to open up with the figures because that's the thing I think people are most excited about. So we did do that. However, the other big news today for Daredevil fans is that we did get the reveal of a new suit for Daredevil. That's right. Daredevil Born Again. If you've been following that soap opera at all, has essentially been literally a soap opera, like I just said. It's going on and on. Evidently, they're reshooting like the entire show. They've recently announced that the original Netflix show is now canon to the MCU, which they never really wanted to quite confirm for us. They're bringing back Foggy. They're bringing back other actors and actresses. I started to think they're bringing back the Bullseye actor. I had no clue that was even on the table to bring back Bullseye. So that's really cool if they're doing that as well. So overall, I'm excited about the show, especially if they're reshooting it now. But very cool to see that we did get our first look at the new Daredevil version of his outfit. Obviously, if you followed Disney Plus and you watched She-Hulk Attorney at Law, then you had already seen the yellow version that he was wearing, which I, again, get is comic accurate. But to me, for the MCU, not a big fan of seeing that. But again, we then also saw him in Echo. So in Echo, he also was wearing a more traditional looking suit. I'm guessing they just got away from showing the yellow version for lots of reasons. But here we are getting our first look at what's going to be the MCU Daredevil costume, a much brighter of red. I think this is much more in tone with what the Deadpool suit's going to look like in Deadpool 3, which, by the way, more movie news, word on the street, or I should say on the internet, is that we are getting a Deadpool 3 trailer at the Super Bowl this upcoming Sunday. Don't know when. They haven't said it's going to be halftime, pregame. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But that is their only movie they're putting out in the year. So they're going to try to basically kill it. And they're going to have to basically throw everything in that film to reignite the passion of the MCU fans that are out there. As things kind of died off a little bit this past year for a lot of reasons. We'll talk about it in another video. But again, I think it looks okay. Definitely a lighter red here than what we saw in the Netflix show. And definitely even a lighter red than I think what we saw over in that recent Disney Plus release too of Echo. I think that looked like a darker suit than this one does. And who knows, throughout the course of the series, he might really change suits throughout it. I don't know. I'll be curious to see if they address anything from She-Hulk, or they're just going to say it's taking place in like a little bubble from that show. That's not getting renewed from what I understand. That has been basically shut off. That's not getting a season 2. We're only going to maybe see her popping up in other properties down the road. So yeah, I'm excited. I think the suit looks pretty cool as well. Again, I do like that darker look that Netflix did bring. Hopefully the tone of the show is darker, in addition to the suit not being darker, unfortunately. But again, guys, I wanted to keep this short. Going to cut it off for a couple minutes here. Again, this quick reaction video. I want to talk about those Marvel Legends figures. Let me know in the comments. Are you picking up the 2-pack? Is that something you're interested in getting that your hands on? Again, that Daredevil Hydro Man 2-pack Hasbro Pulse. That will, again, be coming out Thursday. I believe it is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Don't know that price yet. We'll wait and we'll find out. We'll decide together what we're going to do, if you're going to pick it up or not. And then, of course, Daredevil Born Again. Are you excited? I'm pumped for it. It's been a soap opera, to say the least, with them announcing all these reshoots, everything crazy going on right now with that. But again, had to come on live tonight, had to react to everybody really quickly about all the great Daredevil news going on in the community. Channel update, new toy hunt coming up pretty soon. This Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on the Fin Equation podcast. I'll be chilling like I always am with Dante. And then on Thursday night, prior to that, at the Yo Joe Jerk channel, our new show entering episode 3 this week. That's an earlier 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday night. We'll be popping up over there. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps us grow the channel tremendously, march to 6,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications. That way YouTube notifies you and tells you when we post new content here on the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below. Hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey, everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please remember the 3 Ps of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy. I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.